Every time that there is a new piece of information in the Idaho case, the Dylan and Bethany defenders change what they assume or think happened. First, everybody said, oh, well, they were both on the bottom level. They probably didn't hear anything.
Obviously, you've never lived in a college house before.
They can't use the college party house thing as an excuse because she was obviously scared from the texts thing. Do you know how loud party college houses are? And then once we found out that she was actually upstairs, they said, oh, well, she was probably too drunk. She passed out. She didn't hear anything.
Stop using the excuse that everybody was too drunk. Stop, stop, stop.
But Dylan ain't working with a full deck.
Because then that throws Dylan's credibility right out the window.
Then it came out that she saw him.
She said she was frozen in shock
and gave a perfect description. So she couldn't have been too drunk.
Stop using the excuse that everybody was too drunk. There used to be masked men that you would see in the middle of the night wearing all black all the time.
You're telling me that you saw a man in a mask? And then they're like, well, why didn't she call the cops? And everyone's like, well, she was too traumatized because she called everybody.
And then she calls everybody and the brother and sister.
Her body was having a trauma response. She couldn't respond. And you can't use the excuse that she was traumatized because she called everybody. Okay, well, she texted Bethany, then she ran downstairs, and we know that she was calling and texting everybody and on Indeed.
And you were so scared that you ran to Bethany's room and you shut the door and you locked it.
Calling and texting everybody and on Indeed.
And then you called everybody in that house.
And then when people said, well, didn't she see Xana or Ethan on the floor?
And then she calls everybody and the brother and sister. No one answered.
And then people are like, oh, well, no, the door was probably shut. And that's why Hunter had to come over and knock on the door.
And then you didn't call 911 after no one fucking answered. She's scared. She's texting Bethany. She runs downstairs after seeing Xana passed out on the floor.
Now we know she saw her. Like, what is it now?
And, like, after he leaves, it's chill and shit because then your friend's on the floor sleeping. That's not a conspiracy theory.
Her body was having a trauma response. She couldn't respond.
And then she calls everybody and the brother and sister except 911. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's what happened.